Are you thirsty? The word today invites us, all who are thirsty. And the Lord is inviting us to come to Him, the real spring of water, real stream of fulfillment is Jesus Himself. Our thirst. We thirst not only for water. The word says, when He was on the cross, He said, I'm thirsty. And that thirst is not for the water. Rather, the thirst is to do the will of the Father. He said, my food is to do the will of my Father. And hunger, thirst is different. And we thirst for love. We thirst for appreciation. We thirst for recognition. We thirst for acceptance. We thirst for protection. And we thirst for many things. And that thirst becomes a drive in us. That's why we crave for things. We crave for people. We crave for love. And sometimes our life is governed, controlled by that thirst. So it's important that you realize that you are in a thirst, my dear friends. But world can never quench that thirst. For what you are striving, for what you are wasting your money, your energy, strength, your time. The Lord is saying in the word, why spend money on what is not food and labor for what does not satisfy? We labor in vain. Useless lives, my dear friends. Wretched people we are. We don't know what we are looking for, yearning for, striving for. We don't know. Because only He can satisfy you. Only He can fulfill you. So in your need, you will be in pain. But then remember that pain, struggle will never separate you from the love of Christ. Never. That's why the word says, who shall separate us from love of Christ? Will it be trials or anguish, persecution, hunger, lack of clothing, or dangers of the sword? Nothing. Nothing can separate us from His love. Neither angels or evil spirits, life or death, nothing can separate us from His love. So you can be in agony, but then in connection all the time, simultaneously you can be connected and you can go through pain. None can separate you from His love. My dear friends, exactly when people were there, listening to multitude of people, more than 5,000, only men, 5,000 men were there. And when it was dark, and when it was the eve, disciples asked him to send the people away. That's how the world will try to separate you in your thirst and in your hunger, in your need. Because the world will provoke you to find your own answer. Find your own answer by yourself, without being with the Lord. People could have thought, now this rugby is continuously speaking. Now it's getting dark and we are hungry. If they got up and went, what would have happened? That's how exactly devil acts in your life. In your need, you will go away as the prodigal son went away from the father for pleasure. Once you are separated, you are done. Evil one can simply attack you, crush you, smash you, destroy you. With that connection, He can't do anything in your life, my dear friends. So remember, Jesus has the answer. Jesus will completely answer your thirst. We never make a lock without a key. We never make a lock without a key. We have to have the key. When we make the lock, we make the key also. And it's beautiful. There is a hole to insert the key. So in your life also, there's a hole. There's an empty space. Lord has the key for that. And He will answer you at the appropriate time, proper moment. Until such time, you have to wait in that thirst. St. Augustine is a womanizer. He had a bad past. He wanted pleasure in the world, and at last he found that true satisfaction in the Lord. And he said, "My heart is restless until I rest in Thee." My dear friends, your emptiness has a meaning. Jesus exactly know what you want. But then, when there is proper key, devil will insert all the duplicates, his substitutes, the momentary answers. So when the hole is blocked, the proper key can't be inserted. That's how people, the answers we find in the world, in your thirst. We find that acceptance, love in relationships, pleasures, in lust, and all the cheap kind of satisfactions in the world. Those are momentary. Those are just a thrill for that moment. My dear friends, He has the key. Only He can quench your thirst. John 4:4, to the Samaritan woman, He says, "Those who drink from this well, they will be thirsty again. But then the true living water, only I can give you. You will never be thirsty again." And let's wait upon Him in your thirst, without being deceived by the worldly pleasures, mirages of Satan, all the deceptivity. Try to see, try to derive patience, try to be in the Lord, trusting, hoping against hope. Only He can quench your thirst. So, are you really thirsty? Ask yourself, my dear friends.